Your free Google Drive is almost full, your free iCloud is literally 2 photos away from the cap, and your free Dropbox already locked your third device out this month. So today, we're walking you through what actually changes when you go from free to paid across 14 different cloud storage services and whether the upgrade is really worth it for you. I started testing cloud storage services on YouTube, wow, I think 14 years ago. Oh my God, was I young. But enough of memory lane. First, we'll go through every free plan's storage, then the hidden catches, then finally a feature-by-feature checklist of what paid actually gets you. And if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you my preferred way to get more storage without having to pay a subscription fee every single month. Let's start with storage. Just the raw gigabytes, I mean. I pulled 14 services and grouped them by tier because the providers, they really cluster. At the very bottom, we have the 1 and 2 gigabyte club. Internet starts you at 1 gigabyte, while Dropbox and pCloud both open at 2 gigabytes, but pCloud lets you grind that up to 10 gigabytes through some relatively simple and mundane tasks. Next, a lot of servers land at the 5 gigabyte mark. Sync.com, Proton Drive, iCloud, and OneDrive, they all sit right there. And this is the number that's been nagging you on every Apple or Microsoft device you own. And then there's the 10 gigabyte cluster. Filen, iDrive, and Box, with a couple of asterisks that we'll get to in this video. And above that, we have the bigger ones. Google Drive gives you 15 gigabytes shared across Drive, Gmail, and Google Photos. And that's why it fills up so much faster than you'd think. Mega pushes it up to 20 gigabytes, plus up to 25 gigabytes more in achievement bonuses. It's really nothing that's hard to do. It's like just install the apps on mobile and desktop, things like that, right? These bonuses on Mega, they expire after a year though, so you gotta keep that in mind. And then the wait, what the fuck really tier. Degoo gives you 23 gigabytes and Terabox advertises 1 terabyte for free, more than every other service in this video combined. But if you say, Mauricio, I can't memorize all that stuff, fear not, I've got a free PDF prepared that you can download from the link in the description box below. Just click it and you just gotta enter your email address and then I'll send you the free comparison chart directly to your inbox. But those huge free gigabyte numbers, they come with massive catches, and we'll certainly get to them soon. So that's storage. Now you might think that's all there is to it, right? But, well, fun fact, no, it is not. And here's why. And honestly, this is the part most people really miss. Every free tier narrows in 4 directions, and once you start using one, you trip over them pretty fast. First, we got the file size caps. On Box Free, individual uploads max out at 250 megabyte per file, so that 4K video off your phone, it won't upload. And even if you've got plenty of space on Box available, there's just this file size limit. On Box Paid, the cap is gone. And Terabox does the same thing, 4 gigabytes per file on free and 128 gigabytes on paid. So second, there are bandwidth caps. Mega gives you a monthly transfer quota on free. Past a certain amount, you get that throttled as well. And on any Mega paid plan, that cap disappears. iDrive does something pretty similar with a 50 gigabytes per month transfer ceiling. And once you hit it, downloads stop until the end of the month. Now third, we got something called device limits. And Dropbox Free locks you at 3 active devices. There's phone, laptop, work computer, tablet, I mean, pick your 3 basically. On any Dropbox paid plan, the cap is gone. And Dropbox is, I think, the only major service that enforces something like this. And fourth is sharing. iCloud's 5 gigabytes for free tier can't really be shared with your family. Every member is on their own 5 gigabyte island, but if you upgrade to iCloud Plus tier and family sharing turns on, well, that means 5 family members can then pool the storage into 1 paid plan, essentially. And then, the worst catch, the one that only bites you when you least expect it. On Google, if you stay over 15 gigabytes cap or sit inactive for 2 years, Google can delete your content. On OneDrive, you get 30 days of full access after Microsoft 365 lapses, then 90 more days of read-only, and then deletion at the 6-month mark. And Apple is, to be honest, a little bit the murky one. The commonly reported window is around 30 days, but Apple really doesn't publish that as a hard number. Now to the 2 services where the catches stop being inconvenient and start being truly red flags in my book. Let's talk about Terabox first. Terabox 1 terabyte free, it's real, it's not a scam, but here are the 5 things they don't put on the marketing page. First up is file size, and the free plan is capped at 4 gigabytes. Video playback is capped at 480p, so anything over that downsamples when you stream it back. External link transfers, which just means the total number of times anyone can download a file through a link you've shared, are limited to 20 total. Not 20 simultaneous, 20 ever. Now, the mobile app throws pop-up ads at you constantly, and you cannot dismiss them with blockers. In my book, that's not a cloud storage service. That's pretty much adware with a hard drive attached to it. And the privacy policy says, I'm quoting directly here, Terabox will share your data if it deems necessary in the public interest. I reached out to Terabox 3 separate times to ask, like, okay, what encryption do you actually use, guys? And I got essentially marketing copy back. There is no straight answer. And also, that's a huge red flag for me. I did a full review of Terabox last year, breaking all of this down. So I'll leave a link up here if you want to know more, and also down below in the description box. Okay, Degoo's story is shorter, but it's a similar shape. The 23 gigabyte free tier looks really generous. And back in 2022, that number was 100 gigabytes before Degoo cut it. Their terms of service lets them do this again, just so you know. The wording is, Degoo may from time to time modify the services without prior notice. And if the free tier ever tempts you into a paid plan, here's how they treat those customers. Degoo has a documented pattern of canceling paid lifetime accounts and then going truly dark on support. There are mountains of complaints and forum threads documenting terminations for kind of like vague terms of service reasons with customer service that really just stops responding. Yikes. And that's not a one-off. That's a true pattern. But before we get to the features, if this is useful so far, a like really helps us keep doing this research. And while you're down there, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see more videos like this truly helps us produce the content that you want to see. Okay, the features. What free does, what pay adds. I'll put the full per provider chart on screen right now, so you can pause it if you want to take a closer look. In my testing, versioning is the biggest paid unlock that people don't really notice until they actually need it. Versioning means how far back the service keeps copies of your old files. So if you overwrite something or ransomware hits, you can essentially roll it back. pCloud gives you 15 days on the free plan and 30 days on any paid plan, and 365 days only with the extended file history add-on, which is a separate paid purchase. Sync.com gives you 30 days on the free plan, 60 days on the cheapest individual plan, and up to 365 days on Pro and Teams. Now, Proton Drive, that's the wildest jump in this video, honestly. 7 days on free, but up to 10 years on any paid Proton plan. And Internext's 1 gigabyte plan has no version history at all, but you get up to 30 days on paid plans. Okay, now let's look at Dropbox. Like, most people assume upgrading to Dropbox Plus buys you longer version history. But it truly doesn't. Plus is the same 30 days as the free tier. 180 days only kicks in on the professional or the business plan. All right, OneDrive free gives you 30 days. Microsoft 365 keeps that window but adds Files Restore, which rolls back your entire OneDrive to any point in the last 30 days. The difference is the scope. Free handles files one at a time. Files Restore rolls back everything at once, which matters if ransomware hits dozens of folders and all your files overnight, right? Okay, Google Drive's history is permanent for files you create in Docs, Sheets, or Slides. For uploaded Word docs or PDFs, older versions are cleared after 30 days. pCloud, here's the kicker. On most providers, the encryption you get is same on free and paid. On Proton, Sync.com, and Internext's encryption is included in every plan that they offer with no extra charge. On pCloud, unfortunately, it isn't. The account-wide end-to-end encryption is a separate $150 one-time add-on. It's essentially layered on top of whatever paid plan you're on. So when you compare pCloud's lifetime price to a Proton lifetime price and add $150 for the encryption, well, that is something, right? It adds up. Next, sharing controls. On most paid plans, you're going to have to pay for fancy options here, right? Password protected share links, we're talking expiration dates, we're talking download limits. Sync.com, Proton Drive, and Terabox all let you password protect a share link without upgrading. Most others essentially gate it behind paid plans. Google Drive doesn't do passwords at all. They use sign-in instead. For expiration dates, Google Drive and Proton Drive and Terabox give you that on the free plan. Everything else, paid users only, essentially. Now, everything I just walked you through, the 10-year versioning, the password protected sharing, the encryption add-ons, the file restore window, all of that sits behind a paid plan. And for most of these services, paid means a subscription where you renew every year for the rest of your life. Lifetime is the only realistic way to unlock that whole feature set without committing to forever, right? Same paid features, same versioning, same sharing control, same encryption. You just pay once. The two services that do this properly are pCloud and Internext. On pCloud, Lifetime Premium 500 gigabytes runs $199. Premium Plus 2 terabyte is $399, and Ultra 10 terabyte is $1,190. On Internext, with our exclusive promo, 1 terabyte Lifetime is $259, 3 terabyte is $389, and 5 terabyte is $519. I've got the best current deals on pCloud and Internext in the description. I keep those links always updated, so they always go to the best price, even if it's Black Friday, Christmas, or whatever promotion is up and coming. And honestly, if you want the math, it's not even close. pCloud's 2 terabyte annual plan runs around $100 a year, so $399 for the lifetime pays for itself in inside 4 years, right? Internext's 3 terabyte annual plan runs about $20 a month, which works out to around $265 a year, so $389 lifetime pays back in less than 1.5 years. And after that, it's essentially free. Now for the reality check here, lifetime means obviously lifetime of the company, right? Not your lifetime. Degoo is the warning sign here. It already cut its free tier from 100 gigabytes down to 20 gigabytes in 2022 with no warning, and its terms let it do it again. If a company is willing to wipe out 80 gigabytes of free storage overnight, that's the same cost-cutting logic it would apply to a lifetime plan the moment that plan stops being profitable. Okay, so should you actually pay for cloud storage? Now, if you're hitting, or if you're close to hitting any of the free tier walls we just covered, the storage cap, the file size cap, the monthly bandwidth quota, maybe even the 3-device limit on Dropbox, or if you need one of the paid-only features I just walked you through, like longer versioning or password-protected sharing, then, I mean, yes, paid is worth it for you, and the lifetime route I just showed you is how you do that without signing up for a forever bill that keeps recurring and keeps draining your credit card. If none of those walls apply to you, I mean, then just don't pay. If you're at 12 gigabytes, if you're 15 gigabytes on Google Drive, and the only thing you're backing up is class notes or some family photos, you're not at the wall yet. The free tier is doing its job. Just close the nagging screen that reminds you of upgrading, right? Ignore it. And if you want to stretch free even further, you can mix and match free tiers across services. I mean, the full free tier roundup is always linked below in the description. And that's it. No 4 buckets, no quiz. Either you're hitting a wall or essentially you're not. That's it. All the differences between paid and free cloud storage. As I said above, you can download the comparison chart I showed you earlier from the description below, so make sure to grab that if you just need a quick reference in the future. And if that was a little bit much information in one go, tell me in the comments, are you paying? Or are you staying free? Are you combining services? Which services are you combining? If this comparison helped you make that call, like and subscribe really do help us keep making these videos. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.